We're off to summer camp. Let's try not to get killed now. Let's do it. Hey, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well out there. And today I'm going to review another slasher. And this slasher is Sleepaway Camp from 1983. This film was made on a $350,000 budget, and upon release it made $11 million. It was a surprise hit when it was released. And this movie was written and directed by Robert Hiltzig. And the movie stars Felissa Rose. That's the only actor I'm going to name because the only one I even know it's in this film. This movie is known for its shocking ending, but let's get into the movie a little bit. The movie actually was filmed at the same camp the writer-director went to as a young boy. And this movie is basically about this girl gets sent to her aunt's house after an accident. And her aunt raises her with her cousin. And they get sent to, the aunt sends them to summer camp for the summer. And when they show up, I got to mention this because the main cook at this camp is the biggest creeper I've ever seen on a film. I mean, he's saying things, and the rest of the staff's just kind of yelling, laughing and blowing it off. And I'm like, this guy needs to be taken behind a cabin and beat with a rubber hose. I mean, he's a serious pedophile, this dude. But anyway, I digress. And once the kids get there, Angela begins to get picked on because she's a quiet girl. She doesn't say much, and people think she's strange. And she does come off as a little strange, but she's quiet, so who knows? Maybe she's just bashful. And her cousin sticks up for her, says she's just shy. You just got to give her a chance. She'll warm up eventually. But people start bullying her, and all of a sudden people start getting killed in mysterious ways. But the guy who owns the camp, at first some of the first early kills look like accidents. And the guy who owns the camp is trying to keep it under wraps because he doesn't want the parents to find out. And then we get to the head cook. Now this is a very creepy scene. Angela's in the mess hall, sitting at a table, and she's not eating. And some of the girls are making fun of her. And the one guy who is like an assistant manager at the camp, who seems like a good guy, one of the few good guys in this freaking film, stops by and stops the bullying and goes, "What's the matter, honey? You don't want to eat? Let's go in the kitchen and see if we can find something you want to eat." So he takes her in and stops the head chef, who's a big-time creeper, and asks him to take her into the pantry and see if there's anything in there she would like and fix it up for her. And he goes, "Okay, sure," because he gets called away. No sooner does the head chef get her into the pantry, he closes the door behind her and him, and he starts unbuckling his belt and walking towards her. My God, this guy needs a beating. Luckily for Angela, her cousin shows up, and the guy gets freaked out, and they leave, and nothing happens. But the kids don't say anything to anybody. Well, a little bit later on in the day, the head chef is using the biggest ass pot I've ever seen. This pot must be 5 feet high on the stove, filled with boiling water because they're getting ready to make corn on the cob. And he gets a chair, and he's up there. All the rest of the kitchen staff leave. And he's up on a chair putting salt in it. And somebody comes up behind him. We don't know who, it's to their point of view. And they shove him. And he grabs onto the pot, and he falls in the pot. The boiling water comes on him. And you can actually see his face blister. It's actually a really nice effect for such a low-budget film. It's very effective, by the way. I watched this film last night with my sister Kathy and her fiance Kurt. And they were, Kurt was impressed with that effect. And they think it's an accident. The guy who owns the camp blows it off as an accident that he fell and just brought the pot down on top of him. And they cover that one up too. Like, the owner doesn't want to be bothered with it. And the owner's a creeper too. He's trying to get laid by one of his, and he's like in his 60s, he looks like, and he's trying to get laid by like this 17, 18-year-old girl. Creepers all over the place in this freaking movie. It's unbelievable. And anyways, the movie goes on. More people die in mysterious ways, and we don't know who it is, but all of them have a correlation of being somebody who picked on Angela at one point or another, or was mean to her. But the owner of the camp thinks it's her cousin, because every time she gets picked on, he flies off the handles like he has Tourette's. "You're an asshole, you're a prick," and he starts saying all kinds of curse words. It's funny, actually, when you watch the movie. It's hilarious. And then at the end of the movie, I'm not going to give it away, because if you haven't seen it, the ending of the movie really sells the film if you're going to enjoy it or not. And it's definitely a what the F ending of a film. The ending of the film is a what the F moment, for sure. And that's what the movie's mostly remembered for. And I don't want to give that away if you've never seen it. I don't want to steal that from you. You should see it for yourself so you can believe it. Because I know when the first time I saw it when I was young, I was like, what the F is going on here? Because it happens, and then the movie's over, and it's like, what the hell just happened? Is this movie any good? It's enjoyable on a cheesy, campy level. This is not one of our best slasher films. I cannot say that. It didn't make my top 10. I did use it as an honorable mention, though, because the ending is so memorable. It's a shocking ending. It truly is, and it shocked me when I saw it as a kid. My sister said hadn't seen it in a long time, and she was shocked again, but she didn't like the movie. And I get her. I could see how somebody would dismiss this film. She did not like it at all. She thought it was dumb, and I could see her point. I can have fun with it, and I have fond memories of watching this with my friends. It's just a cheesy, especially if you're kicking back with a couple beers, you can make fun of the movie, have fun with it in a cheesy way. It's not meant to be taken seriously, I don't think, because everything is so heightened in this film. Like, everything's so over the top that you can laugh at it, and it's low budget. It's just a fun time. Is this a great movie? No. It's not one of the better slasher films, I don't think. I think Felissa Rose does a nice job in her role. I mean, for most of the film, she's quiet, but she does have some lines of dialogue later on down the line in the film as she becomes more comfortable with some other kids there. I would give this film a 5.75 out of 10. I think there's a lot of problems there that it doesn't deserve higher than that, but a 5.75 out of 10 I think is reasonable. It's a film that you can have some fun with, especially if you're around with friends, hanging out and drinking some beers. I enjoy watching this every now and then. Again, this is not as good as The Prowler, which I reviewed the other night, or even some of the Friday the 13th movies, although it's better than Friday the 13th Part 8 and Jason X, I will say that. But you can have a lot of fun with this film if you know what you're getting yourself into. If you're looking for a serious slasher flick, this is not it. This is more of like a cheesy, campy kind of film, and you could have a lot of fun with it. But that's it for me, 5.75 out of 10 for Sleepaway Camp. Have you ever seen this film? What are your thoughts on it? Leave a comment down below, let me know. Hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, share this video. I greatly appreciate it. And you all take care of yourselves out there, and I'll be back soon with another video. Thanks. Bye.